everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that kind of just I've experienced, and I really feel like people need to be more educated on this topic because it affects people, and when it affects people it really can I don't know, it's a very hard thing to recover from, and this is recovering from a relationship with a narcissist, or just dealing with people who have narcissism, and what this looks like if you don't have experience with this or you don't know anything about narcissists. One of the main things that is an indicator is they have a lack of empathy for other people. They need constant validation from people. So a lot of times they kind of put on a mask, trying to impress other people to get attention and energy from other people. They think they're more important or more special than other people, and they expect to be treated that way. Also, let's see, they can be very manipulative, and I feel like I have experienced that one a lot. And you might wonder how someone becomes a narcissist, or if someone's born this way. And I think the general consensus is that the child's not born a narcissist, but what can happen is either a parent overvalues their child and kind of gives their child everything they want, never criticizes them, never sets any boundaries with them, and that can cause someone to become narcissistic. That, or they have some kind of trauma happen early in their life, and their sense of self-worth and identity kind of gets shattered, and they replace that with kind of just like a fake persona, and that's where that constant need of validation comes from, because really, even though they seem like they are very confident, and they think very highly of themselves, they're actually using that to cover a really deep wound of just having no sense of self-confidence at all, no sense of self-worth. So I would say that I have been in a relationship with someone with narcissistic personality disorder, and obviously, I'm not a psychologist, I can't diagnose someone as that, but there was a lot of signs and a lot of things that took me a little while to recover from after this relationship. And honestly, usually what it looks like when you're getting into a relationship with someone who is a narcissist is, in the very beginning, things will be great, they'll be very charming, they'll tell you what you want to hear, it'll come on very fast, and you'll think you know them, but you don't actually know them. You're just seeing what they're wanting you to see, basically. And then, what happens is then you're kind of in too deep to get out of it, and they'll start manipulating you, and a form of manipulation that a lot of narcissists use is called gaslighting. And so basically what that means is they will start kind of making you question your own reality. They'll start, let's say, you're like, this really hurt me, I wish you wouldn't have said this. Like, they'll either literally say, I didn't say that, or they will be like, you know, like, you have no reason to feel hurt, like, you're the one who created this situation, like, I don't know, like, basically they'll just make you confused to where you almost forget your own perspective on things. Trying to think of a better example. They'll degrade you a lot. They'll be like, you know, you'll bring up something and they'll be like, you're just stupid, that's why you think that way. And it starts out kind of slowly, obviously, so they can kind of reel you in, and then as the relationship progresses, it'll get worse and worse. And the thing with narcissists as well is they can't handle any form of criticism. And so, you know, in a normal relationship, it's healthy to be able to communicate, you know, when something's not going right, or when you need the other person to support you in a different kind of way, or like, you know, and if you tell a narcissist that they're doing something wrong, even if you're trying to be helpful, they're most likely going to get angry and they're going to lash out at you, and they're probably going to put you down. Yeah, so, and honestly, like, out of all the characteristics, I feel like the manipulation is definitely the worst, because especially if you're a sensitive person and you haven't dealt with this kind of thing before, you're really going to start to take to heart what the person's saying to you, because you're going to think, I mean, in my experience, I thought everything that happened was my fault, because the person would constantly shift the situation of whatever is going on to convince me that I was the one who caused the situation, or me being not smart enough, not good enough, blah blah blah, like that was what was wrong with the relationship. Yeah, and you know, when someone degrades you a lot, that takes time to heal from that and to regain your sense of self and trust your reality again. And so I'm talking about this because I'm hoping that if someone sees this and they're dealing with someone who may be a narcissist, that you can spot these people before you get too close to them. And I think in relationships it's very important to try to get to know the person before, you know, you really let them all the way into your heart, or whatever you want to call it, because at this point, when I was in a relationship with this person, I was very open and trusting of people, so I did not question the relationship kind of until it was too late and I was in too deep. And also on like a spiritual or energetic level, what I feel like, I don't know, if you've come into contact with someone who's a narcissist, I'm sure you can relate to this, that they have a very dark energy, to be honest, and these people can be very mean and self-serving and manipulative. They can exploit people. It's a very dark and negative energy, and I feel like what happens is these people, I don't know if they do it consciously or subconsciously, but they will go for people who are very caring and empathetic, because you see, in this like with these opposite energies, you know, this person that has this negative dark energy, and they find this person who's going to validate them and to have enough empathy to stick around and to try to see past all their negative behaviors, what happens is they're gonna literally start feeding off of this person's energy. And that's exactly what happened with me. It's like I I don't know, like, I have a lot of compassion for people and want to see the best in people, and you know, this can be a great thing and it also can get you into trouble. Like, this got me into a lot of trouble, and it's like I would constantly be validating him, and it's like the person needed this energy so much from me that it's like literally they would just suck me dry. And I definitely felt like pretty fucking empty after this relationship was done. Like, yeah, I don't know, it really takes a big toll on your mental health and your self-esteem and all this stuff. Like, definitely when I got out of this relationship was one of the darkest, like, times of my life. And I just, yeah, I still thought everything was my fault. I hated myself, honestly, and I couldn't understand how I could try so hard to make something work with someone and put in so much energy into something, and it was like nothing I could do was changing this person. And it's because you can't change a person who's a narcissist. Like, they would have to want to get help themselves, and even then, definitely be very difficult for them to change their negative personality traits that they have, because those personality traits became part of them when they were so young that it's like those behaviors have been conditioned. Like, they've been acting like this since they were children, so like it's very hard to get, and most of these people, they don't want help because they think they're perfect, they think they're better than other people, and so they don't usually seek out help from anyone, even if they're hurting people around them. And honestly, like, being in a relationship with a narcissist or having a parent who's a narcissist can be probably one of the most damaging things, most challenging things that you can deal with, because like I said, they're very manipulative, and so it's very hard to get out of the relationship or get away from someone who is like this. And so my advice for anyone who may be in a relationship with a narcissist or has a parent or family member like this, or even a boss, is that the only way to kind of heal from that relationship and how it might have impacted you, and to just, like, you're not going to be able to keep this person in your life, to be honest, if you want their behaviors to stop affecting you. So I would say that you need to completely just cut them off and don't contact them, and, you know, block them if you have to, because they will try to lure you back in because they're gonna want your energy. Like, they literally need constant validation from people, and so, like, almost like you leaving might seem like more of a challenge to them to get you to come back into their life so they can continue, like, abusing you, to be honest. What else do I want to say? I don't know. If you have been in a relationship like this, or you are in one now, like, don't be too hard on yourself. Sometimes it's really hard to see through the bullshit, I guess, of someone who is abusing you. Yeah, and I don't know, this was just weighing on me because I wouldn't want anyone else to go through kind of what I went through with this. And yeah, it's scary. It's like, if you've been around someone like this, it's like they're almost not they're almost like an empty shell of a person. And this, I don't know, it sounds like fucked up to say, but if you've been around someone like this, you know what I mean. It's like their soul, like, you just can't see it, almost like there's just nothing there. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say about that. I hope you guys are all having a great week. I know this topic is a little bit heavy, and you know, but sometimes it's important to talk about stuff that's, you know, not so inspirational and positive and all that, because it's just a reality of life, and you know, we want to know how to get around these things so that they don't affect us so much. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Really, the point I'm trying to make overall is just to, you know, be careful who you're sharing your energy with, and make sure if you're in a relationship or in a friendship that whatever you're giving to that person, that they're reciprocating it, you know, and if you're lifting them up, that they're lifting you up as well. And yeah, obviously, I think a big part of it is just loving yourself enough to protect yourself and to be discerning who you let into your life.